first time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking these days as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you could never really know what's up next.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for upNXT, postwrestling.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcast app that you use the most.
And of course, twitch.tv/upNXTpodcast. Yes. Hello, Twitch Room.
Hello, Twitch Room.
And hello, YouTube.
Yeah, we decided to go back on YouTube again.
Yeah. So, why not?
Yeah. We're rule breakers.
Yeah.
Break everyone.
Break everything.
All the rules.
Yeah.
And we're live on Snapchat. upNXT. Welcome to upNXT on Snapchat.
Yeah.
No, wait. What? Is that the right show? Are we on the right? Is this thing on?
We had breaking news when we were at this concert last night.
Yeah.
And suddenly check our phone, and it's what?
It's like,
WWE have started they're a bit late, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, they've had NXT, a decade now?
Yeah.
Like, and now they're finally coming up with their show called upNXT.
I didn't know people still use Snapchat.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Also, the logo Dickie made for us for upNXT when 2.0 changed their colors and logo is way better than their upNXT logo.
It is, yeah.
They're going to hit us with another cease and desist, aren't they?
For sure. I doubt it. We're the only people watching this thing now. They know they've got us two for life.
These guys will never
even
stop
though we
watching
watch
this
the
shit.
alternative means.
They'll always watch it, no matter what, these two idiots. Yes, welcome to upNXT. We are Braden and Davie. We are your NXT friends. And we'll always be your NXT friends, even if the WWE sue us again for a name we used before them. But it's okay.
Yeah. We're breaking all the rules today.
Yeah, that's all right. So welcome to the show. Yes, we're going to talk about In Your House. We are just that. We are in our house right now, but it was a wild show. It was a big premium live event.
Yeah, I keep on writing PMLs. And I'm like, that's not
Pumpkin
it.
Spice Latte? No, wait.
Well, that's a
PPV?
PSL.
PLV?
Yeah, I wrote on one of the tweets earlier to promote this show.
Yeah.
It was like, join us after the PML. I'm like, what the fuck's a PML?
The P-Meal Bacon.
The P-Meal Bacon show.
Premium live
PLE.
event. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, we are streaming on Twitch. Of course, we do this every Tuesday night after NXT. We go live on our Twitch. But a reminder to check us out on our YouTube. Yeah, we want to be a little bit more active on our YouTube. We're so shy away from 1,000 followers. So I would love for anyone listening who loves us and likes us a little bit, at least, to go follow, subscribe, or whatever it is you do on the YouTube page, upNXT Podcast.
Our aim is 1,000 subscribers by the Great American Bash.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Got till July 5th.
July 5th, the next NXT Great American Bash they announced. So by then,
if not, we're done. It's the end.
We're hanging them up.
We're putting our own stipulations, like Roddy and Diamond Mine today.
Okay,
it's like 1,000 or that's it. We're out.
Yeah, so
it's been a nice run.
Go join us on the YouTube there and subscribe if you haven't already. And hey, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, give us a nice little nice review on the app there. It does wonders for us.
Yeah. Nice review. It's always cheers us up on a down day.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I do go and check Google reviews of places I work and podcasts and things. It's quite entertaining.
It is fun to read reviews. I don't write Google or Yelp reviews that often, but when I do, I mean business.
Thing is, I think you're more likely to write a review if it's a negative than if it's a positive.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. So this is us telling you need to write us a positive review. Nothing negative. You can be honest, but nothing negative. We're going to talk about In Your House, and that's what we are today. A last plug is definitely check out our Patreon, patreon.com/upNXT, because we have so many crazy podcasts coming out this month, including, of course, retro NXT reviews on What's Next. We're in 2013, Sami Zayn run. We just reviewed Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the first time ever.
That was really interesting.
It's a hidden gem, basically, way before their famous match it's from 2013, so it's the debut of the Boss.
Yes,
essentially. So that was a fun retro NXT review. There's so many other podcasts out there. North American tier, $5. You get all these podcasts. Face Off, we're doing a review of. That's going to be nuts. But everything in the back catalog. Go check us out. Only $5 and supports us so much being content creators.
Yeah, and if you're just finding us now, because it was an NXT special tonight, we go live every Tuesday after NXT, but we go live every Wednesday as well after AEW. And I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about this week with Punk not relinquishing the title, and
what?
And this battle royal and the ranking system and Goto's
going to be champ.
Goto's going to be champ is what's
crazy.
Happening. So we'll be talking all about that this Wednesday as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, we just did a double or nothing review on this very free feed, and that was a ton of fun review. So can't wait. Let's jump into some NXT because it was crazy. As they said in the beginning, was it Todd Pettingale or was it Todd Pettingale knockoff? It probably was him.
He's done it before, hasn't he?
He's done the other ones.
Yeah.
Take a load off, sit back, because up next is In Your House. We get this intro video where we see the house, the In Your House that we've seen in their set before, and you see the shadow of what we assume is Braun about to break the door down, because of course he breaks everything. But it's Gacy who kicks the door down and says, "Were you expecting someone else?" Yeah, lots of maniacal laughing. And then we get into the show here. NXT In Your House from the CWC in Orlando, Florida, at the Pete Performance Center. We have our first opening matchup, a 6-man tag, and it's between two families. And the losing team will have to join the winning team in their biddings, in their family business. And the teams are the Tony D'Angelo family, meaning Tony D'Angelo and Stacks and Two Dimes.
Yes.
Okay, Channing Stacks Lorenzo.
Yeah.
And Troy Two Dimes Donovan.
Troy Two Dimes Donovan.
Those
okay,
sound
the
like
alliteration
fake names.
will help us.
No, those
there.
are fake names.
Dimes Donovan. There you go.
No one would ever go.
You don't think anyone's called Channing Lorenzo out there?
Channing.
Troy
Lorenzo.
Donovan. I'm sure there are Troy Donovans out there.
Yeah,
that sounds like
just Troy Two Dimes.
Dimes Donovan.
Yeah, great names. So this team is going up against Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wilde with Elektra Lopez. And yeah, we've seen these families mash up a few times. They were talking on a yacht this week. There's lots of mafioso. There's been kidnappings. We get this great video from the Tony D'Angelo family that's clearly a tribute to Ray Liotta, rest in peace, and the Goodfellas there, them
the
walking,
voiceover.
pretty much. He didn't say the exact line, but it's like, ever since I can remember, I wanted to be a gangster.
Exactly.
It was pretty much that,
and it had intercut bits from the whole feud, showing everything that's happened.
Yeah, good stuff. Great mafia relations.
Information is power. The smarter you get, the less you speak. And he goes, respect don't mean jack. I quite liked it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, they're wise guys.
Yeah.
We get Tony and the family come out. Of course, Stacks and Two Dimes are wearing their classic wife beater, black jeans. But Tony's in his red velour tracksuit. The Tony Soprano, basically. Yeah. The Arn Anderson of tracksuits. And then, of course, Legado always looking clean in some pretty nice gear. They're always on point with that. We get Legado kind of roughing up Dimes and Two Stacks here early on. They keep getting the upper hand when it's an all-out brawl early on. All 6 guys are just fighting with it. We get Cruz in there, and he's hitting a series of pretty flashy moves like head scissors and counters. When finally they knock him down, and I have the Italians beat down on Cruz here as they keep tagging in and out, putting.
Yeah, Cruz is beaten down for a long time.
Yeah. We get an elbow drop backbreaker combo from Tony and Two Dimes here. Oh man, Two Stacks? Why is this so hard?
No,
for me?
Stacks. Stacks, but only 2 dimes.
There's a move early. There's a move earlier where Cruz was supposed to do a flip and land on his feet, but he kind of messed it up. But then later in this match, when he's getting beat down, he gets hit with a monkey flip, but then lands it this time to finally tag in Santos. He comes in. He's hitting all sorts of crazy stuff. Eventually, they get all 3 to the outside, and both, I think, Cruz and Wild hit like double huge cross bodies to the outside onto the guys, which was awesome. Back in, there's a 450 miss inside into a lariat where Wild is just inside out. They then hit the what Vic Joseph called the bada bing.
The bada bing.
It's basically like two punches. They both stacks and two dimes at the same time.
They like do the wind up and then both punch in the face. Bada bing.
Great
stuff. I thought it was all right actually.
Yeah, it was
quite
good.
liked it.
But it's a near fall. We have Lopez who slides Escobar some brass knuckles from the side of the ring there, but then Tony is handed a crowbar, but there's a whole kerfuffle. Everyone's trying to grab everything. When the crowbar, Stacks gets nailed with it from Wild.
In the head.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good.
But the way he's standing is he gets knocked out, but he's leaning against the turnbuckle because he's playing KO'd. But while this is happening, Tony takes the knucks and then nails Wild with it, but the ref doesn't see. And then is it Dimes who pushes the knocked out body of Stacks to fall on top of Joaquin Wild here. The ref counts to 1, 2, 3, and in just under 13 minutes, the family got a lot bigger here because the D'Angelo family, the mob. What does he call himself? Are
they just the family?
He's the Don of NXT.
Yeah.
So he's now the Don father here because he's won, and now Legato's got to join him.
Yeah. I thought this was pretty fun, actually. Legado are always great. I always enjoy watching all three of those guys work. We've only seen Stacks and Two Dimes once so far, and, I thought they held their own in this match, absolutely. I like their aggressiveness. I thought it was mainly Legado kind of carrying this, but I did quite enjoy the match, and I'm interested to see. I mean, is this just essentially going to be the Cameron Grimes, Ted DiBiase, LA Knight story again, but with Legado, and then they're going to have to work their way out? But I mean, really,
Shawn Michaels, JBL.
If they're this big super mob group now,
yeah,
I think they need to start setting their sights higher. Just take over SmackDown, take over Raw.
There's a lot.
Take over the whole thing.
So this is 7 people, including
Elektra.
There's a lot of people in these things. I think we're gonna get them making Legado wash his car.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, not quite Butler, but
they've taken over their yacht, but will make it super Italian. I don't know what an Italian yacht is like.
Italian yacht? You just put an Italian flag on it.
Yeah,
and there you go. You're gonna see more mafia stuff. This storyline is very cartoony because D'Angelo is very cartoony. Legado was more realistic.
Yeah,
and I feel like now they're gonna get a bit more trying to be funny comedy stuff. But you know what? The match actually had some cool stuff in it. Cruz is awesome. We've always talked about Raul Mendoza.
Oh yeah,
for years we've talked about this guy. So finally, kind of getting to show some flash. Continuing, he's gotten to shine with Legado. But yeah, a fun opening match. We get a video for Alba Fire. She's telling us to understand her and that she comes from a place called Scotland and that she has to ignite the spirits of her ancestors because she is the fire keeper. And the smoke will be all around you and you'll be gasping for air. And when there's smoke, there's fire. Alba Fire.
She's Scottish and she likes fire.
I like how the first line was, "Do you understand me now?" And I was like, "No, your accent's Scottish. I actually do not understand you."
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, we've seen a bunch of these already for Alba Fire, but I like her as a wrestler, Kaylee Ray. It is just trying to find some sort of character to work for her. I don't know if this is it.
I think it's better than whatever they're giving her something. It was better than Rage Room.
Yeah, true.
Ray. So I think we've said it a bunch. She should just be on the main roster at this point. She's wrestled. We've watched her wrestle in all these other indie promotions before WWE, and she was good then. And I think she could. I think she can hang with some of the main roster.
I think
talent.
so.
Yeah, for sure. This video is playing, and then it cuts to all these enhancement talent of the women's division here watching the TV, and they're like, "Whoa, this Alba Fire is pretty impressive." And we see Lash Legend next to Tatum Paxley, and Lash Legend says Alba Fire, basically Alba Fire ain't shit is what she says, and Tatum is like, "Yeah, well, why don't you
fight her?
Why don't you fight her then? Stop running your mouth, go fight her." And Lash says, "No, I don't want to fight her, so why don't you? So Tatum says, yeah, I will. I'm going to challenge her to a match. And Lash Legend says, it doesn't matter because I'm the one and only. You can't clone me.
Yeah. So what? Tatum, Alba Fire on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Great. And I guess what? Lash Legend's going to keep ducking Alba Fire?
Yeah, is that
Is that what they're telling? All right.
Yeah, she's the one and only. You can't clone me.
I hope we go back to the Tatum Diamond Mine story because she really wanted to join them at one point.
They didn't.
Now
work.
she wants to play with fire.
Yeah, and clones. We go to our next match. It's a women's tag team championship match. It is Chance and Carter, meaning Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, Casey and
Hayden,
versus Toxic Attraction. We get a rave entrance from Katana and it's so weird saying it. That's a silly name. Chance the Rapper and Kaden Carter.
Yeah.
They have like shoulder pads, but it's like light up, like rave,
glow in the dark kind of stuff.
Yeah, what do you think of this? Now that we went to a rave last night in the park.
It's fun.
Yeah, we saw outfits like this.
You keep talking like this is the first like event I've ever been to.
No, just in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. It was fun. It was good.
We saw outfits like this.
Yeah.
They were going for a Legion of Doom, but it's like glow sticks on their shoulder pads. We see Toxic Attraction make their entrance in the back garage. They pull up in a nice car, and Mandy sends both Gigi and JC on their way.
No warm up or anything. Just drive straight to the arena.
They were
There's
already
your
in
match. They're champs. They're ready.
Full gear in the car.
Yeah.
Just pull up. That'd be a great. Imagine you were an Uber driver and Toxic Attraction just get in the car. You're like, oh, okay. They're like
right.
full gear. Mandy with the title.
And they're like, take me to Full Sail. Or
The Performance Center.
Performance Center.
Yeah, it'd be great. Well, we start this match off, and Toxic Attraction jump them pretty early on, but then Carter and Casey throw them out of the ring and hit them with some crossed bodies. There's Gigi fighting Chance here, and Gigi hits like this jumping neck breaker from the back. That looked pretty cool. They continue to tag in and out as they put the boots to Chance. Eventually, there's a head scissors to escape and makes the hot tag to Kaden Carter. She comes in, fires up with a series of kicks. They eventually hit this assist combo, Hurricane Rana, like to JC off the top. So then she sentons her own partner on Gigi. That was pretty cool. There's then a pump kick leg sweep combo from Kaden and Carter. I keep saying their names wrong. They get a near fall. Eventually, Kaden is on the apron with JC and hits this pretty sweet, just a cutter, like an RKO.
Yeah.
On the apron, which was pretty awesome. Carter comes in and barely breaks up a pin from basically a high-low pump boot combo. There's then a standing moonsault from Chance. She's trying to do the Matt Sydal thing where you stand on
the back and kind of standing.
Moonsault, but she kind of undershot it or overshot it and didn't really.
She just moonsaulted off her back to the mat.
To the mat, yeah. A classic Vic Joseph. She didn't get all of it. There's then a 450 neckbreaker combo. We've seen them win matches with this, but JC breaks the pin up just in the last second. I think Chance is on the outside, JC takes her out, and then when the ref isn't looking, nails Carter in the face with a forearm, which allows Gigi to then roll through and hit this huge high angle bridging German suplex and gets the win.
Yeah, like dumping on the back of the neck and the head. This actually wasn't bad, I thought. I like Kaden and Casey. Katana.
See, it's hard.
Katana Chance and Kaden as a team. And I think we've seen some good matches like on TV with them. So this is their first like big event. And I thought they actually got maybe Toxic Attraction's best match out of them. I thought this was pretty entertaining, and especially the near falls at the end. I thought they did some great near kind of breakups and pulling Kaden out the ring right at the last second. I bit into some of the near falls towards the end. So not bad. It was better than I was expecting.
We always give Chance and Carter like crap for
just being annoying.
Just their gimmicks and everything they've been doing. But the wrestling, they've had some good stuff. Like they've definitely had some good fun matches. And this definitely was one of them. I think you're right. The best we've seen from Toxic Attraction as well. It meshed well. I think we predicted the title change here for sure. But the German at the end was pretty sweet.
Germans are nice.
Yeah.
And maybe I wouldn't be, with the kind of cheating towards the end, I wouldn't be against a rematch on TV.
Sure.
I mean, what other team is there right now who could...
Literally no other team.
Yeah, why not? Just have this feud go on a little longer, because I didn't think this was bad, and I think actually they'd be helping each other by working with each other, because this was good.
Yeah, for sure. We go to a promo. Yes, boy! Pretty Deadly are singing in the mirror, and they're doing their hair, and they're singing with their combs, and they're singing that they're going to beat the Creeds tonight. They're going to stay champions, and yes, boy.
I love how we cut from... So we have Toxic Attraction, who just drive to the arena and get out and do their match. The Yes Boys just singing away, and then you cut to the Creeds, who are just like wrestling each other, training. I thought it was quite good, like just showing how different these two teams are, and I do enjoy Pretty Deadly. They are pretty entertaining.
They're pretty funny. Yeah. Just them doing their hair and then singing. This is pretty much what we do when we
Their
come
hair's
home.
just disgusting.
Yeah, it's so good and so bad. Yeah, I'm bald. I can't talk shit, but it looks so good. I love... I don't know what it is about Pretty Deadly, but they're pretty working for me lately, honestly. It's just the Yes Boy. And I think it's something to do with... You can't... Look, you can go to wrestling school for 6 months. You could work on the indies for like 2 years and be great in the ring. But when you can sing in a mirror and know you look that good with that flow of hair, like you can't teach that. Something about this like ooze machismo they got.
I think because this is stuff they've been doing already, that comes across as well. This isn't two random guys like they'd take a Pete Dunne and be like, this is your character now.
Right.
Like it seems so natural to them, because it's clear they put a lot of themselves into this character.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's connecting.
I think it's so ridiculous. I love it.
It's great.
We go to our next match, the A Championship match. It's the North American Championship on the line. The champion, Cameron Grimes, defending against Carmelo Hayes. So Grimes won the title from Hayes in that ladder match, but technically Hayes wasn't pinned or anything, so the gripe is there, therefore the rematch. Also, Grimes has the upNXT promise to Solo Sikoa, kind of waiting in the wings. We have Carmelo Hayes, who gets a pretty sweet entrance here. It's like he's somewhere in the back. This reminded me of a specific like Kanye West music video. I think he was going for it. Maybe it was the Kanye West like short movie where it's like the certain like feathered black furry coat with like your head down, and then like Trick is almost like, Carmelo, it's time, and then like he awakes. It was almost like a sweet
Melo's
visual.
normally quite animated during his entrance as well. He's normally talking a lot of shit as he's going down to the ring, but he was very like stoic and kind of,
and then like he gets up
concentrated,
and then when he makes his entrance, he's got like dudes on each side of him with shirts like we're getting the title back or something like that. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was like little things.
Get it back,
and
that's what Trick said to like wake up Melo. He was like,
"You're gonna get it back."
Yeah. Melo in his long fur jacket and a cane. Sorry, Trick.
Yeah, Trick has a cane.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought they looked great.
Well, not to be outdone, Cameron Grimes, the North American champion, makes his entrance in a spaceship, in a rocket ship. It's the Cody Vader, but it's in reverse.
I mean, maybe they were foreshadowing, because Grimes has been to the moon and now he's coming back down to Earth with this match.
Yeah. I liked this.
It was funny.
A lot. Yeah, this one was
One
cool.
gripe though. Where was the house?
Where was the house? It's
I missed
in your
the house. Sorry, having it on a screen isn't good enough.
Yeah.
If you can get a rocket for Grimes, you can have a fucking house.
Didn't it break?
It's in your house.
Didn't it get destroyed when 2.0 had one?
Wasn't that 2.0's little house?
The little house on the NXT. Yeah.
Was that last year?
Fuck. Last year was the 5-way. Look
good.
at all those people who are in the company.
Yeah.
Butch.
4 have gone and 1's a dog.
Yeah, no house. Definite minus points for not having an actual house in your house.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Io Shirai to jump off it and anything anymore, so...
No.
Damn.
No Jeff.
Yeah. Carmelo Hayes versus Grimes, one-on-one here. We get a great start to this match. They're going counter for counter, and they're both very agile and technical. They're both like hitting a snap move where the other guy lands on his feet and vice versa. early on, Grimes teases the cave-in and kind of scares Hayes and goes, that close. I was that close. Grimes hits a series of PKs to him and then a huge high crossbody for a near fall. On the apron, Grimes is setting up for a move, but Hayes does almost like the Johnny Gargano slingshot DDT, the final beat, but from inside the ring onto Grimes, who's standing on the apron, therefore just killing him here.
Spiking him.
Hits him so hard that Grimes rotates and his legs, while selling this move, nail Hayes in the side of the head. So he starts to sell I almost got knocked out.
Yeah, this is nuts.
This spot. Hayes sets Grimes up for his leg drop, but Grimes scouts it, but ends up eating that huge flying clothesline, another signature from Hayes there. Trick is grabbing Grimes at one point and starts to tie his hand to the ropes, and as Hayes beats down on him. And then...
Yeah, it didn't quite... they were doing it with a bandana, I think, and then it just came off, and I don't know if they improvised the next spot or... That was the plan for him to just break free, but it didn't seem to quite work, the tying up.
He got away, and eventually Hayes hits him with this facebuster thing. Eventually Grimes and him are up top on the ropes, and Grimes hits Hayes with an inverted springboard Spanish fly. So we saw Ray Phoenix do this
with Dante Martin, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's the side Russian leg sweep flipping over into a moonsault.
Yeah, we got a huge holy shit chant from the crowd here. Hayes kicks out though. Hayes rolls to the outside, and off the apron, Grimes hits him with a huge penalty kick, kicking his head off.
This looked great, and I thought what added to it was Trick's reaction. You just saw his face oh shit, he's dead.
Just got it, yeah.
In
the ring, we get a huge spin out side effect near fall. Hayes comes back with his code breaker, ends up running into a collision course.
Yeah, I think it was Grimes went for the Poison Rana. And either missed it or Mello held onto the ropes, and then that set up for the code breaker to come back. Again, I don't know if it was sort of planned botch or just a recovery.
No, I think it was, because right after he eventually does connect with that Poison Rana, and that's my favorite move. We get a huge tope from Grimes, taking out Hayes and Trick to the outside. Eventually Grimes hits the cave-in, but to Trick on the apron here. When he gets back in the ring, he gets launched into the ring, the corner, but his face hits the post. Therefore, Hayes climbs up, setting him up for the top rope guillotine leg drop. 1, 2, 3, and new Carmelo Hayes, North American champion. He got it back.
I really liked this. This was the match I was looking forward to the most, and I thought they really delivered. Grimes, it's been weird since he's won this title. The crowd have just who have been really behind him all this time, have just not wanted, they're wanting the new guys now, I feel. And it's been weird telling this story because this crowd are booing Grimes and for Mello, but that's not the story they're telling. So I thought that just, again, sort of made it a little weird at points. But no, I thought this was really good. I love that leg drop. The way Grimes sold that was awesome. And they did the finish from Sting Vader that we're going to talk about this weekend.
Yeah.
The miss splash into the post and then capitalizing. I thought this was really good. Don't know where you go with Grimes now, because they were kind of setting up him versus Solo. So I imagine Solo is still next.
Yeah,
but it wasn't Mello who promised him the match. It was
what I would do is have Solo be like, hey, I got next. You should give me that championship, and he should beat Hayes. Right away, beat Hayes for it. And Hayes should be the challenger for Braun.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long Braun's kicking around here. So, But there's a few other guys you could mix into that North American title picture. Definitely Solo comes to mind.
Nathan Fraser.
Yeah, Wesley. Yeah. Sanga.
Yeah, why not?
Right? Exactly. I like this match too. It had some good stuff. Hayes is great. I think Hayes is going to be a pretty big star in WWE. Honestly, every time I watch him, he's got the wrestling more than down pat. He's incredible, and then he's become so confident. We've literally been watching from his debut here in 2.0 to where he is now. Dude looks like he believes it now. He is that guy now. Before he was like still learning it, and now I believe like all the money in the world to him.
I think the partnership works as well.
Yeah.
It was very odd that first 2.0 episode when this guy we didn't know just came out and was like,
Yeah.
I'm your boy now. It was very peculiar,
It was
but
weird.
it's worked. I think they've both got a lot better with each other.
Maybe Cameron Grimes joins Max Dupree's male modeling.
Why not? Sure. What works under him again?
Maybe Cameron Grimes. The commentary were talking about his rocket ship to the moon, and he's good at playing the stocks. Maybe he'll hang around Kiana James, crunch the numbers.
All right.
Business.
Yeah.
Robin Stone again. I don't
Okay.
know. Or just go
Teaching business at Chase U.
Grimes should go to Raw or SmackDown
Yeah.
because he's great. We get a video of Joe Gacy talking about the new future and that he's going to beat Braun Breaker tonight. And he says that he is the beacon of change and new NXT champion. And then, of course, he laughs. The over-exaggerated, maniacal Scooby-Doo villain, Dr. Evil laugh. Yeah. We go to the best part of the show, which has nothing to do with NXT, but it's the MVP Bobby Lashley diss track.
Was this the debut? Had they shown this on Raw or anything? Because I've not seen this.
I've not seen the video, but the other day, me and you were literally I was talking to you. I'm like, yo, the MVP dropped on Apple Music or something. I saw it. I was like, what the MVP had a Bobby Lashley diss track? But here, it's got a music video.
This was great.
This is amazing.
This is awesome.
It's him and Omos just chilling, just mobbing, and then he's dissing Bobby Lashley.
He manages to like tell a rap of the whole life of Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, he's like, your shit.
He should have done it for the Creed Brothers entrance as well. Like,
yeah.
He's all of Bobby's life, but like
She was like, you were ECW champion.
As if that mattered.
Yeah,
like,
that didn't work.
This was great.
Yeah, it was funny. He says like, you didn't have no Lashley's ladies until you had MVP or something like that, and like going off on him. I was laughing.
Yeah, no, this was very good.
Good stuff. And Omos just in the background, huge and terrifying.
I think he was saying what, Full Mighty? That was
Full
it.
Mighty.
Yeah.
He Omos can spit though.
Can he?
There was videos of him at Wale Mania, and he knew like all the word for word for like a lot of Jay-Z.
He needed
verses.
his own verse in this.
He needs a verse next time. Yeah. Wow.
This is what I want from MVP now. Like, just do this.
AEW has the acclaimed
Max Caster, yeah.
MVP on Raw. We go to the NXT Women's Championship match. The champion Mandy Rose defending against Wendy Chu. Now, if you've been following this story or saw this recap video, it showed that Wendy Chu would get beat up by Toxic Attraction a lot, so she got her revenge by putting Mandy Rose in a tanning bed, so she was red like a lobster.
Oh, this video package was ridiculous. Like, we moan about everything that happens week to week, but having the whole package showing,
just all this bad stuff.
Stealing the shoes,
Yeah.
the trapping in a net,
The balls.
the water guns, the Slurpee to the face.
This felt like the channel accidentally changed.
Oh.
We were watching like Nickelodeon
It was nuts.
or something. Wendy Chu's entrance is she's sleeping because she's Sleepy Wendy Chu, and she's having a dream. And in the dream, we see like it goes into the dream. She wins the NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah, you've got the ring announcer saying "and new." The graphic is up on the screen.
And
She's
the crowd
posing.
is going nuts. It just cuts to different crowd shots.
So from this, you know she's not winning the title tonight.
Mandy versus Wendy here. We get Wendy Chu kind of in control early on, goes for her sleepy elbow, but misses it. Mandy hits a suplex for a near fall. Mandy then hits like an inverted flipping face buster for a 2 count as well. She then locks Wendy into an abdominal stretch, just wrenching on her, and Wendy is screaming in pain. Eventually Wendy fights back and eventually hits Mandy with an exploder suplex, and then hits a handspring cartwheel into the corner, sending Mandy to the outside. And when Mandy's kind of on the short, it's a really short little entrance ramp there, but as she's standing there, Wendy goes for another cartwheel, but gets caught into a spine buster on the ramp from Mandy. And then back in the ring, she goes for the Rose Trigger, but it's blocked by a pillow.
Yeah.
Wendy Chu somehow snuck
She left her pillow in the corner.
brought the pillow into the corner right before Mandy gets the knee. So Mandy's like, what?
Is this cheating? Is this illegal?
I mean, you're hitting someone with a weapon, but at the same time, it's a pillow. But yeah, you're gonna have to ask Jimmy Carderas.
Yeah. I feel like that should be a DQ, to be honest.
Well, Mandy thinks so too. She grabs the pillow and then rips it, and all the stuffing of the pillow is all over the ring here. When Wendy picks her up in a fireman carry, and that's when I shouted at the TV, "No way is Sleepy Wendy Chu gonna hit the go to sleep." But no, she hits just this
She just
fireman,
dumps her.
yeah, fireman slam thing. Instead, she then pulls off she's wearing like a very 90s In Your House.
It's like a shell suit.
Tracksuit, yeah, you would see. And underneath, she's got a Toxic Attraction t-shirt, but she's got their faces crossed off. And I don't know, I didn't quite understand. I thought the crowd didn't also really understand.
I think she was meant to take the whole thing off.
Yeah.
But like her arm was getting stuck, so she just was like, "Oh, I'll just keep it around my waist."
Yeah.
And I think it didn't quite like resonate, as you said. I don't think the crowd really picked up on what it was.
Well, she then locks in the sleeper, which is still pretty funny. The sleepy girl locking in a sleeper. Mandy's selling it like she will eventually tap out or sleep, but eventually fights out of it. Wendy hits her with a full Nelson slam, shades of test.
Yeah.
Are you a testicle?
I think so, yeah.
Mandy is laid out, so Wendy goes up top for her sleepy elbow off the top, but Mandy, grabbing the tracksuit like arm that's loose, pulls Wendy off the top, nails her with the Rose trigger, stacks her up for the pin, and Mandy Rose retains the Women's Championship.
Clean as well,
Yeah,
after all this.
11 minutes, 8 seconds.
Yeah, this was all right. It is just ridiculous watching it. Like, you go, there's no way this Wendy Chu's going to win the title. I do like her as a wrestler, and I thought this was probably one of Mandy's better showings. But it wasn't. It was low down on the night for me of the matches overall.
Yeah, you know what? Like, Mandy showed some good stuff. I love Wendy Chu's wrestling. I mean, she's been given that weird character before, and the wrestling we didn't really get to see, and then she gets this other weird character where she's sleepy and acts like an 8-year-old or 4-year-old, and the wrestling's still kind of there, but it was kind of what I was expecting, but maybe even a bit better than
I think it was a little better.
Yeah, but we kind of knew that Wendy Chu wasn't going to beat Mandy.
No.
I think nobody really bought it, but some cool stuff in the match. The pillow spot, though. Love it.
Yeah.
Wow, just creative.
Yeah, and I thought the actual sleeper thing you did...
the sleeper, but imagine
there was a point where I was like, oh, is she going to put Mandy out here?
I wish. That would have been good. But only in her dreams.
Yeah.
Right?
Only in her dreams.
Yeah. We go to a video of... Well, no, in backstage interview, Mackenzie Mitchell is with Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez. Both these two will face each other in the final of the women's breakout tournament this Tuesday, and the winner gets a contract to fight Mandy Rose, presumably at the Great American Bash. And Tiffany says this is a women's tournament, not a little kid tournament, so I don't know why Perez is even in this thing. Don't you have a bus to catch? From the bus story.
10 hours.
10-hour one-way bus to Booker T's training school. And Roxanne says she's done everything. She fought real hard to get here to WWE. Yeah, she's young, but she has heart. And when she gets in the ring with Tiffany, she's going to do whatever it takes to get that contract because it's her destiny to become champion. So kind of foreshadowing what we've been saying kind of the past few weeks, that Roxanne seems to be the one they're booking to maybe dethrone Mandy Rose if she wins this tournament, which I think it is. Tiffany's mad and walks off, and then as she does, she looks at Mackenzie and says, "You know what, Mackenzie? You're actually the worst person of all time." Yeah. Which is pretty mean. That's harsh. There's a lot. There's a few other people I could probably pick as worst person of all time.
I enjoy Tiffany picking on Mackenzie all the time. I think Mackenzie's pretty good. Like she's not one of the kind of robot backstage interviewers. She shows a little bit of personality, and I think Tiffany always kind of picking on her is actually quite funny. Right at the beginning when she's just introducing, I'm here with the finalists, Roxanne Perez and Tiffany Stratton. She's like, ew, stop talking at me. I think Tiffany's great. And I like Roxanne. She comes across very kind of real and honest at the moment. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to this match, actually. I think I'll be curious, and I hope they give them quite some time, because I think both have impressed.
100%. Yeah. I love Tiffany Stratton. I mean, the character there, she makes me laugh every time she's being interviewed or on screen. And whenever we've seen her actually wrestle, keeps getting better and keeps getting better with that gymnast background. I always say it, Tiffany Stratton makes it happen. I think she could be a big deal in WWE. And this match should be good. But I do see Perez winning this to beat Mandy at the bash.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We've also got Von Wagner versus Josh Briggs on Tuesday.
Come Tuesday. Yeehaw.
So, all that to look forward to.
Yeah, what else do we got? We also got Tatum versus Alba Fire.
Yeah.
And we got... I think that's it. that they've announced. We go to our next match. It's the tag team match. We get a video for the Creed brothers. We get a video history of timeline of them winning wrestling thing. They look like kids.
Showed them when they were born. Showed their first wrestling match. When they signed to the PC, their NXT debut. Winning the cup, all of that with photos. I thought this was great. It shows how legit these two are.
Yeah, real amateur wrestling background, Olympic wrestling kind of style here, and it was pretty sweet. And then the final ending of it is, and today they win the NXT Tag.
So then I was a little worried, because we already saw Wendy Chu prophesizing. But yeah, so a little concerned.
So the Creed brothers come out. They mentioned I think it's their dad who's in the front row here, supporting them on in Diamond Mine shirts. If the Creeds lose this match, they are kicked out of the Diamond Mine, says Roderick Strong. Pretty Deadly, who are the tag team champions right now, come out with their amazing gear that they always wear. And now they've got the slow-mo entrance,
the John Morrison. The hair blowing.
Oh, the fan blowing
their poses. Hair. They're just flipping their hair like they're in a L'Oreal commercial.
Maybe it's born with it.
Yeah, just brilliant.
Yeah, this is how I imagine all British people now.
We try.
Their gear is shiny sleeves that go around their neck, but then no shirt underneath.
Yes, boy.
it's so good. Them with the fans and the wind. In the slow-mo with their hair, the flow, they're wavy. They're so wavy. Love it. We start this match off. Brutus, and I'm trying to get good at remembering which one is which.
Brutus looks more brutish.
Brutus, I know Creed brothers. Brutus looks like
Kit and Elton, you mean?
Yeah, Brutus looks like a little cannonball. Brutus is like Mini Hulk. Brutus is like what is that? Puck from X-Men or something. There's a guy who's like a cannonball. I don't know. Alpha Flight. I don't know.
Vinnie Jones.
he's just a little ball of craziness. But Kit Wilson is the brunette in Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
And Elton Prince is the blonde. Right.
Creed brothers' parents in the audience as well.
Yeah. Well, I love how Pretty Deadly's gear. They look like they're almost dressed like they're at a Shania Twain concert, and the Creed brothers are in highlighter yellow.
Oh yeah, I like their gear.
They look good.
Moved away from the blue, this bright yellow, glow in the dark.
This match starts with Brutus and Kit Wilson kind of wrestling to the mat, but Brutus, obviously being way stronger and more technical at the wrestling, starts to gator roll him, which pisses him off, who eventually tags Elton in, so Julius is in here now. And I must say, Julius looks way more jacked. Julius looks way bigger. He looks
incredible.
Yeah. Crazy.
He's bulked up a little and just.
Well, Julius then shows off his strengths by deadlifting Elton here, just from the ground over his head, and side slams him. And then Kit comes in.
Oh, is this the one? Oh, the deadlift into his cartwheel.
No, not
DVD,
yet. That comes later. Yeah, there's then a double Germans from both Creed bros on both guys when they were trying to link each other's hands to stop it. And then the Creeds simultaneously lock in an ankle lock from Brutus and the Brock lock from Julius. So, I mean, we've been comparing them to the early days of Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. And here they are doing both the submission moves from those guys. There's then a very impressive leapfrog from Julius, which then, in midair, then mule kicks the guy from below, which was very impressive as well. There's then the pop-up. This is that cartwheel side fireman carry slam, which is impressive. But then Pretty Deadly start to isolate Julius here. When they get them on the outside, they move the steps, removing the front part, and then hit like a double rock bottom, but I know it as the bonsoir. Shout out La Resistance. This was their finishing move. It's like a double, almost like a choke slam.
Yeah, spine buster kind of thing.
Looked pretty sweet. Yes, boy, as they start yelling and the crowd's booing them.
And just their poses they're always doing.
Yeah, they're doing every pose possible. They even do the Scott Hall scary fingers. Ooh,
yeah.
I love that. The crowd actually got pretty split.
Yeah.
Again, Pretty Deadly are pretty fun to hate and cheer yes boy. So they're in control now. We get Elton Prince, is it Kit Wilson who hits a very impressive elbow drop off the top rope.
They just keep targeting the back now of Julius.
Not letting Julius tag in, but eventually Brutus gets the hot tag and he comes in like a wrecking ball.
This is where for me he was Hulk smash, right? Just clobbering his face and everything.
Yeah.
Just really great hot tag here.
He side slams both these guys, beats them up, climbs to the top rope, and hits the jumping cannonball.
So we've seen him do this to the outside twice now. The first one at Stand and Deliver, the one that went kind of wrong the other week on TV. But we haven't seen him do it in the ring yet. And this was to one person?
This was
instead of a group.
Yeah.
And he's just like, doink. Just bounces off them. It looks so fun.
It looks good. It looks like it would be a move that hurts the guy too.
I mean, if this was a little guy, like, it wouldn't do anything. But because of his size, it looks great.
It's kind of similar to how Darby does the coffin splash. They call it the coffin splash when he does it like to a standing opponent. It was kind of like that. But this move is very impressive. The cannonball from Brutus. Pretty Deadly try to fight back here, but they end up getting like a huge back suplex from Brutus on Elton. But then on Kit. So Elton slides in the tag titles and Julius grabs it and the ref's like, hey, what are you doing? Stop it. And he looks like he's about to hit them with it, but he decides against it, slides the title away as Brutus picks up one of them and does this torture rack just slam, fucking potatoing him, just slamming him down to the mat, just dirty here, laying him out, which then Julius tags in, climbs up to the top rope, and I don't know, I got Brock Lesnar vibes here.
He looks at his dad, and he's like, I know what to do.
Julius Creed hits a shooting star press, landing this.
Picture perfect. Like, go back and watch this. This was a beautiful shooting star.
And to make sure, he double taps here. That wasn't the finish, as he runs and hits the ropes and then runs with the sliding D, the sliding clothesline lariat, finally picking up the 1, 2, 3. The Creed brothers, the boyhood dream has come true for them as they win the NXT Tag Team Championships in 15 minutes, 19 seconds.
This was my match of the night. I really enjoyed this. The Creeds are just so, like, they're such my style of wrestling. Like, I always say Kurt Angle's my favorite of all time. And it's like two Kurts wrestling here. Like, it's like a Kurt and a Brock. Just love what they're doing. And I thought this was the best I've seen Pretty Deadly in NXT so far. Just played their parts perfectly. Made the match make sense. Like, they were doing just little tactics, like keep on going to the outside and just being a little quicker than them to try and isolate and get the beat down for a while. It really worked. And they got this crowd really into it as well. And interesting, and I'm like, no Roddy, none of that in this match. I'm sure we'll address it on Tuesday, but I like there wasn't that. I did find the end a little melodramatic because the Creeds have never really used the titles for anything, and
because Roddy said you have to win, so they're like, do we need to do the route Roddy did? But
I just found that a bit melodramatic. But the shooting star and the lariat to finish, what a finish. Loved this.
This was my match of the night as well. Creed brothers have been my absolute favorite thing of this whole 2.0 thing. I see them going so far in this business.
Julius especially. Like, I think both are great.
Both are great, don't
but
get me
Julius
wrong, yeah.
I can see as a world champion
Yeah,
one day.
100%.
Like, I think he's getting better on the mic every week when you
Yeah.
hear him. He looks phenomenal. I'm just watching this Shooting Star now.
The Shooting Star is
and
great.
his wrestling's exciting and got a legit background. Look, they've got all their life documented that they can use. Like, don't make these two like fucking gardeners or dustmen or whatever. Like, please keep them like this.
Yeah.
And like they should go far. I see stars like with these.
Yeah, honestly, out of anyone in NXT, this class from this 2.0 changeover, these are the two that I would put money behind because their matches hit. You said their promo hits, the storytelling that they can do were good and is good. And finally, kind of them winning the titles here was like vindication. Diamond Mine sticking together. Do you see a turn? Do you see them getting kicked out or something happens? Roddy wants the titles.
I wonder if you can't. It's a bit heelish to have them kick Roddy out, but you could have Roddy kind of just leave the group, be like mad about something.
Right.
I don't know, or they're just friends.
Yeah.
Again.
No, the wrestling here from the Creeds are just great, and Pretty Deadly did their spot too. They're not just a pretty face. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually. So I don't know where you go with them now. Main roster? Would you try them out?
I think they'd be great on main roster.
I think their silly stuff would get over. Honestly.
I think so.
The Yes Boy stuff. Yes Boy. Do it.
Yeah, like I mean they won the titles on their first night. You know, they've kind of done everything there is to do already.
Yeah.
I'd absolutely put them on the main roster.
Yeah.
We need more tag teams.
Yes Boy.
Yes, boy.
I mean, the hair is just so
Ridiculous.
They're so handsome. They're pretty deadly.
I'd never, like, my hair gets that awkward stage.
Yeah.
Like, I tried growing it out once and just it's at that awkward stage too long. I don't think I'd ever be able to have hair like them.
Yeah.
It's sad. But I've got nice hair, though.
They have nice hair, though.
Yeah.
It is the most nicest hair in
The
wrestling.
most nicest hair.
Who's got better hair than them?
In wrestling? Yeah,
Exactly.
it's true. It's
exactly.
true.
Facts. Pretty deadly. Well, this is when they announced July 5th, the Tuesday night special, Great American Bash. My heartstrings were tugged a little bit because they just used the old NXT Great American Bash logo.
Oh, did
This
they?
was the old NXT logo. So I was like,
Oh, the old NXT logo was
Remember
on
when
there?
they used that? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They clearly didn't want to add the like paint splatter and the new edges and stuff. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, Black and Gold are coming back at the Bash.
No, I didn't notice. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was last year's. Yeah. Okay.
We go to our main event. The NXT Championship on the line. The champion Braun Breaker defending against Joe Gacy. The stipulation is if Braun Breaker gets disqualified, he also can lose the title that way. That's the stipulation. Just like The Rock and Benoit at
Exactly.
Fully Loaded 2000. So, Braun, you mentioned earlier, there's no house on this set.
Yeah, disappointing.
Very disappointing because what's Braun going to break? Well, he breaks everyone. That's what the shirt says. That's what the Titantron says. There's just a cutout of his body, and then he kicks through.
Yeah, like, you know when you're like you're dead and they paint around you on the street.
You know when you're dead?
No, what do they call it?
Like chalk. Like
Yeah, the
lines
chalk outline. He
Yeah.
breaks the chalk outline
of himself.
He's broken better things.
Yeah, he's broken better things.
You can just rub that off. It's chalk.
Yeah. He goes to the ring making... I found it weird the champion made it his entrance
Don't
first.
like that.
Yeah. Joe Gacy comes out with his red druids making the pose. I will say, the best thing about Joe Gacy and this character is this music.
It's a good song.
It's chill vibes.
Yeah.
The grass is greener on the other side. It's good. I wonder if it's on like streaming services.
What's it called?
Joe Gacy's
Joe Gacy
theme.
theme. Let's have a look. Buy it for you.
Braun is wearing Rick Steiner gear inspired here. Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett on commentary mentioning it's like a rehash of WrestleMania 9
Yeah.
when Rick Steiner wore this gear.
Scott's.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
Scott.
it was Scott in this gear.
Oh,
yeah, it was his uncle.
interesting.
Yeah, it's the black with the like pink and green like little squares on it. Looks
Yeah, it's
great.
nice. It's cool. I like when he does this.
You know, not a whole lot of wrestlers can rock a singlet,
Yeah.
but Steiner boys, they
Something
can.
about them
Something about
Steiners.
them Steiners, yeah.
That's right. During the stare down and introduction with the spotlights for the introduction of the world title match, Gacy slaps Braun. Again, he's trying to rile him up. The whole video package showing all the torment that he's put Braun through. He's beaten him up. He's kidnapped his dad. He's pushed him off the perch. He's kidnapped him.
Again, like these video packages showing everything that's happened. It's like, oh boy.
Easily the worst feud of the year.
Yeah,
Easily
I
the
would
worst
say
feud
so.
in quite a long time. This Gacy character, is it like Vince saw Braun on Raw and went, cool, but can you be scared of spooky guys? Because that's all we do here in WWE. So go back to NXT. Who do we have that's spooky?
I don't think anyone's good at being scared. Any baby face should
like
be
Braun
scared of
was
spooky guys.
super hot and charged when he beat Ciampa, and then you put him in a feud with a woke guy who's no longer woke, just hangs around with two.
It's now magic or something.
Yeah, what the fuck? It's the dumbest thing I've seen in time. But anyways, we get this match started off here. Braun is upset because of that slap and starts to just attack Joe Gacy. There's a lot of overhead throws and suplexes. Gacy comes back, though, with a boot to the face and then a neck breaker for a near fall. Gacy keeps putting Breaker down, putting him in like chokeholds and some rest holds here. Eventually, Gacy goes into the turnbuckle and does the upside down
The
pose
Bray Wyatt.
and like smiles and laughs and says, "Come on, Braun, hit me," which I don't quite understand because like that wouldn't be a disqualification.
That's fine.
That's purpose.
Yeah.
It's really fine. Something I noticed in WWE is maybe not just WWE. You know what? Just in pro wrestling, when you're a pro wrestler, you either if you're a heel, you just want to be the Joker.
Yeah.
All you do is want to be the Joker. You know, Penta, he always wants to be,
He
the,
just
Joker.
wants to be the Joker.
Seth Rollins, he thinks he's Heath Ledger sometimes when he's walking around. Unfortunately for Joe Gacy, the Joker he picked is Jared Leto because he's not. He doesn't look the way they're trying to portray him.
Yeah.
Especially when he's upside down just laughing.
This gear as well.
Especially, he looks like a server. He looks
Yeah,
like
the gear just doesn't work.
he looks like a busser at TGI Fridays, and he's upside down like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Well, we're
someone at
breadsticks.
work doing a Bray Wyatt impression.
What the fuck? Yeah, I don't understand.
It's
I really don't. Anyways, Braun gets not scared but upset because the guy's smiling at him. He looked at me wrong. Gacy hits him with a Uranagi and then more chokeholds. Braun comes back. There's a back suplex. There's then Gacy who goes to the outside at the bottom of the ramp outside the ring. And this is pretty cool. Braun runs the ropes and hits a huge tope con hilo
Beautiful
to
stuff.
the outside. Very impressive.
This
from
guy
Braun.
down the road needs to form a trios with the Creeds. Like
Yeah.
Braun and the Creeds.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Varsity Club.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker and the Creed brothers, all the wrestling background. You get Rick and Scott in there
The
once in a while.
meatheads.
Yeah, Varsity Club 2.0, Braun and the Creeds in WWE. Book that and take all my money, 100%. The Wrecking Crew. Gacy here gains control because the Druids, who are standing outside with their hands like Mr. Burns still, throw in a chair. And they want Braun to use it, but he won't do it. And Gacy's like, hit me! Come on, hit me! And Braun won't do it. Eventually, the ref is distracted by the Druids, so Gacy does the Eddie Guerrero spot where he slams the chair to the mat, throws it, Braun catches it, and he drops. So the ref sees that and thinks Braun hit him, so he's about to disqualify him when, I swear for the first time ever, another referee runs into the ring and says, no, I was watching in the back. He didn't do it.
I want to see this cam. I want to see this ref. He thinks his work's over. He's chilling watching the main event on his little TV.
Not this way.
No, he's going to disqualify Braun. Throws down his drink, runs to the ring. Going for his Oscar moment here.
Imagine, of all the moments in wrestling when they could have done this. No,
Video replay or whatever.
Yeah, another ref tells another ref, like, no, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
But here's when they do it. So the match continues, and there's an inside cradle from Gacy, which shocked the crowd, but it's a kick out. Gacy's on the apron at one point, and Braun runs and spears him, sending him flying through the commentary table.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really seen this before. Like, speared off the apron and just bounced right through the announce table. And
Yeah.
they hadn't removed the, the bit that goes on top of the table or anything.
So it just exploded and
Looked good.
And Gacy just eats it. Holy shit chants ring out from the crowd here. Braun rolls Gacy back in, climbs on the second rope and hits the diving bulldog just like his dad and looks pretty good for a 2 count. Gacy once again gets the chair, and when he goes to use it, the ref takes it away to get rid of it, and Gacy low blows Braun and hits a roll-up, but Braun kicks out just at a 2.9. He eventually grabs the chair and teases he's going to hit Gacy with it, but instead he nails the Druids with him as Gacy goes for his handspring lariat in mid-air, gets speared by Braun, huge spear, and then the military press into the power slam for the 1, 2, 3. And Braun Breaker broke everything, and he retained the NXT title in 15 minutes, 50 seconds.
It's funny, I thought I was asking before the match starts, right, are the 2 Druids going to be
Rick and
Scott
Scott?
And Rick, until Braun like just throws one into the ring, and you're like, oh, no, Scott ain't doing that anymore. You know what, I've absolutely hated this feud, and I've been wanting this to just end, but I actually quite got into this match. I thought it was way better than the last one. Some of this like stupid shit with the DQ rule, I think actually made it a bit more entertaining in the end with the near falls, because we've seen it happen. Okay, they won't disqualify Braun, but then the heel catches with a roll up or whatever. So I actually got quite into it towards the end, and I thought some of the spots like Braun's tope, the spear through the table, the timing of the handspring into the spear, I thought was great.
Yeah, it was huge. It was a big spear.
So actually, I thought, and this is now kind of the first time really, like, okay, Gacy's been wrestling a while, but he's not on the level of, you know, your Ciampas and your Dolphs, these people Braun have worked with, and I thought he really stepped up in this match. I went in with very low expectations and actually kind of negative expectations going in, and they did kind of win me over by the end. They
did. Both of them were. We knew Joe Gacy before this ridiculous angle and storyline that he actually had some good wrestling. We've seen it from him, and especially if you watched any of his work before WWE, it's like, okay, yeah, you can go. Braun, he's still so new at this, but he's showed every time he wrestles, he's gotten so much better. You can see he puts the time in and works. The tope was picture perfect. The power slam, military press power slam, very impressive. He's so good. He is a definite star in WWE for sure. The angle and the storyline made this one of the most least interesting matches, just least interesting premium live events for this. On paper, has to be one of the worst NXT specials. But I actually thought this match was pretty good. I went in again with real low expectations, and they definitely impressed me. And I actually thought this whole show had some things that were pretty impressive. I know it's not quite the takeover level, but you know, there was some really good stuff.
I didn't actually hate anything on the show. You know, there was some stuff that was obviously better than others, but I actually found it quite enjoyable. Every match got enough time, apart from the commercial breaks, which are like because of Peacock.
So many commercial breaks.
But it wasn't overloaded with extra unnecessary stuff. You know, like at Stand and Deliver, we had the like Persia and Dexter and all that dressing up as cowboys and all that shit.
Who are those people?
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty much just the 6 matches, and then hyping up that women's breakout final. I really enjoyed the Creeds match, and I took something away from each match tonight. So I'd say a thumbs up.
You know what? I'll say a thumbs up too. I'm super negative on 2.0, and a lot of this is still not quite on a level, but if this is NXT, this is developmental. This was pretty good show for a developmental show. My match of the night was the Creeds brothers match, but I did enjoy Grimes and Hayes. I think that one could have got a bit more time and a bit maybe to the next gear. I think that's what I was hoping for. But Braun Breaker definitely has something that I see them going forward. And we kind of said it. Pair him with the Creeds as the leader with the rest of the varsity, just like the Steiners did with Sullivan Dr. Death was in the Varsity Club.
That's right.
Yeah, with the Steiners, right? Yeah, Varsity Club, do it again with these three. They will be the biggest thing in wrestling.
So.
Like, that'll be your shit, man. Whatever they choose to call
Like,
them.
imagine those three. I mean, you've split them now, but those three against Imperium, like that kind of thing, would be great.
Bloodline.
Yeah.
Right.
Who do you see next for Braun?
I
think Solo for Hayes, obviously, and I think Roxanne for Mandy. But yeah, where do we go with Braun next?
Braun, I was thinking Hayes that he wouldn't be in this thing, but yeah, I would assume we need someone else to.
I fear it could be Waller or Wagner, which both don't sound interesting, but that's kind of they're sort of your next two big heels in the company. At the moment,
those both sound pretty lame.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Sanga,
yeah. I mean, do you have
someone come down?
I don't see Grimes really challenging.
It's the Great American Bash. Who's someone from the main roster that's super American that you can bring down to face Braun?
It's in about it's in a month exactly. So you got time to build. Who's super American? I don't know.
Great American Bash. I don't know.
Gable.
That match would be great. Sure.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring Gable down.
There you go.
And then join the Varsity Club after.
American
Yeah, you'd
Varsity.
have that. You'd have Otis and Gable. You'd have the Creeds.
Varsity Alpha.
And Braun. That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Book it. WWE's not in the... NXT's not in the mud anymore. We got Varsity 2.0.
Great American Bash, July 5th. Braun Breaker versus Chad Gable.
That would be great.
That sounds good to me.
So that was NXT In Your House. And going into it, I was pretty negative.
The Twitch room saying Cody, for fuck's sake.
Cody what?
Who's American? We're like, who's super American?
Cody versus Braun
Cody
Breaker?
Rhodes, the American guy.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I went into this with low expectations, and I still was super enjoyed. NXT 2.0, when you watch the show every Tuesday, they hit you with like a total of 20-something segments, because there's like backstage interview, a vignette for this person, a 2-minute match, a 3-minute match, a promo, another vignette. Like, there's so many stupid things going on. I call me crazy, but I watch pro wrestling because I actually like wrestling, and I thought there was some good stuff on the show.
Absolutely.
So can't wait for the breakout tournament final this Tuesday. We do have some feedback, I see.
We do, yeah. On the upNXT group on Facebook, we start with Frank, who says, for a show that felt like a special episode of NXT going in, this was a fun 2.5 hours. Opening 6-man was very energetic and the crowd was hot for it. Match of the night for me was either Grimes versus Mello or Creeds versus Pretty Deadly, featuring perhaps the most beautifully executed shooting star press ever on a WWE show. Worst match I suppose was Chu versus Rose, but it wasn't that bad, honestly. Women's tag was better than I expected, as these two teams have some chemistry, even if I thought the wrong team won. But I think Toxic will lose all the titles when they're ready to call them up. Perez seems like an obvious candidate for Mandy. Braun Gacy 2 was better than their first match, with a better pace and energy and some good bumps and spots. Braun continues to get better, and Gacy showed that he can work like the veteran he is. Silly angle aside, era of takeovers with banger after banger is over, but this was perfectly acceptable to even very good wrestling with a hot crowd.
And then we go to Andrew McDonald, who says, shout out to Wendy Chu, who dressed up like Canadian legends Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod of Body Break. Wow, that is a deep cut, and yes, many Canadian... That doesn't mean anything to you.
Nope.
But Body Break, they wore those outfits.
Okay.
Those jumper jacket things. Great shout there, Andrew. He continues, she obviously likes to keep fit and have fun. I also get that Joe Gacy is a dollar store version of Bray Wyatt, but I can't help but be happy for him. He doesn't make sense in WWE. He's a chubby indie wrestler from CZW in his mid-30s, yet he seems to be the apple of Bruce Pritchard's eye. I don't know how long his run in WWE is going to be, but I do like the fact he has a gimmick to go back to the indies with if he gets released. I think the gimmick would be fine without the bad NXT booking and how everything is presented. This event was the closest to In Your House pay-per-view of the old where everyone had bad gimmicks and had to overcome them with in-ring work. I feel Pretty Deadly might be going up to the main roster as they fit perfect for it. It's hard to tell because every match in NXT is potentially a loser leaves town match, but the Hayes Grimes match and the tag title match were the best tonight. Sadly, it was still on the lower end of NXT premium live events. Yeah, I mean, thank you, Andrew and Frank, for writing in there. But yeah, I mean, I kind of said that. Like, look, I went in thinking this is going to be ass. And comparing it to your TakeOver New York, TakeOver New Orleans, yeah, it's nowhere near the epicness of these huge arena shows. But
I think you're fooling yourself if you're comparing. Like, you've got to understand it's a different show now.
We know this has changed.
It's a developmental show.
So I'm seeing it glass half full.
Yeah, I mean, I would say better comparison would be your early NXT takeovers. You know, your Full Sail ones. I think that's more kind of the same. You know, predominantly fairly green talent, but a sprinkle of veterans in there.
Yeah.
And at this similar stage, there are some people like a Braun, like Creed Brothers, who I'd say are like watching a Sasha in those early shows, where you just see the real potential of them. But yeah, this is definitely I think the best out of the post-takeover era, you know, the 2.0 era.
I liked it better than the last one, for Stand and Deliver.
Yeah,
the one they did in the
too.
arena. Yeah, I didn't like that one as much as this one.
We go to Jordan, who says, I was not at all interested in this show going in, but the matches were pretty good. Grimes versus Mello and the men's tag title match were both excellent. The Mafia Mayhem match, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, the Mafia Mayhem match was also better than I expected it would be. This is just another example of WWE having a crap build to a PLE. The in-ring action seems to always be better than the storytelling lately.
Yeah, the wrestling is definitely hitting for these shows. We see Sal, who writes in saying he went to the bar tonight instead of watching NXT In Your House. I hope it was a good time. Hope it was karaoke. But we see Corey writes in with the last one here. The show was okay. Highlight was the Creed's Pretty Deadly. Lowlight was Toxic Attraction retaining the titles. And with a report from Fightful Select saying that there is no ETA on Io's return, along with no creative plans for her, that hits the division really hard when they need talented upper card women. I just hope Roxanne wins the title and they don't have someone like Nikita dethrone Mandy, especially since Nikita exposed herself as a real absolute piece of... Nice, okay, yeah. A lot of people are mad because Nikita posted some TikToks or Instagram videos of her listening to some, I don't know, right-wing hip-hop music.
Right.
Which rubbed people the wrong way.
Aw.
Yeah. But yeah, I think everyone writing in here had same kind of vibes here. Like the Creed's Grimes match, obviously, were good. Nothing really was bad.
No, I think it was a decent show, and like feedback seems to be on the same line. So good stuff.
And yeah, I know Io Shirai is injured. I'm sad, but she'll be back. And if she isn't, then hey, there's Stardom. There's AEW. She can wrestle Athena.
I see her moving up once she's back.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so. So that was it, guys. That was us talking about In Your House. We hope you enjoyed it. We do Up Next every Tuesday night, chatting about NXT week by week, and we do the same thing on this feed, BD Elite, chatting all about AEW and Dynamite, and we'll be talking a lot on BD Elite this week with the whole CM Punk Forbidden Door no longer open for him, but Tanahashi could be walking out AEW champ. Craziness. Do
it.
Yeah. Goto. We'll chat all about that. I can't wait to talk about that. And do check us out on our Patreon because we got a best match ever, WCW 1992. We're looking at all the best matches from 92. This list is made by Martin Bushby, who's going to be joining us from the British Wrestling Experience to chat all about he loves WCW in the early 90s, usually not everyone's favorite era of wrestling, but we're going to chat all about some War Games, actually, as well.
Good timing with Blood and Guts just being announced, so revisiting some War Games. Yeah,
so go check that out as well. There's the 40th anniversary of John Carpenter's The Thing. We're going to be reviewing that, I believe, next week, so hey, get your feedback in for that. That's it on the Patreon. We just did a fully loaded 2000. We've done a bunch best match evers, covering all sorts of... We did the Steiner Brothers best match ever, which was awesome. So many different podcasts out on our Patreon, and it's only $5 for the North American tier. It's an RSS feed. It links to your podcast app, and you get almost 500 podcasts that we've done with all the movie reviews, NXT reviews, everything. Go check us out. And yeah.
And if you are checking this out on YouTube or on Twitch, or if you just fancy, watching the show instead of listening to it, give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us a follow. All of that stuff is free and helps us out.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys listening and supporting. And we'll be back real soon. I myself, Braden Herrington, I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram. I am at @TheBrayD.
And I am at Davie Portman.
You can also follow at upNXT Podcast and the Facebook page /Facebook group as well. That's it. That's all. Shout out the Creed brothers. Diamond Mine is forever. Yes, boy.
Yes, boy. Ahoy!
First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking these things as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.